Today, we're diving into a topic every man needs to hear. 5 things men should never do with women. Whether you're dating, married, or just trying to improve your interactions with women in general, these are absolute deal breakers that can ruin attraction, damage relationships, and even push the right woman away. We're not just talking about common mistakes, but the deep psychological and behavioral missteps that often go unnoticed. So, if you want to be the kind of man women respect, admire, and feel genuinely connected to, stick around because we're about to break it all down with real-life scenarios, psychological insights, and practical tips. And trust me, the last one is something that even the best guys get wrong, so make sure you don't miss it. Now let's jump right in. One of the worst things a man can do with a woman is play mind games. Whether it's giving mixed signals, being overly manipulative, or using emotional tactics to test her, this is a fast way to destroy trust and connection. Women are highly intuitive and can sense when something isn't adding up. When a guy acts hot and cold, pretends to be indifferent to trigger her emotions, or constantly keeps her guessing about his intentions, it creates an unstable dynamic. Think about it. Would you trust someone who keeps shifting the goalpost on you? Of course not. Women may tolerate it for a while, but eventually they'll see through the act and walk away. A real man doesn't need to manipulate. He communicates. If you're interested, show it. If you're not, be honest. Simple. Women respect a man who is straightforward and emotionally stable over one who thinks playing games makes him more desirable. Another major mistake is disrespecting her boundaries. This one is huge because it applies to every area of a relationship: emotional, physical, social, and personal space. Some men think persistence is attractive, but there's a fine line between being confident and being pushy. When a woman says she's not comfortable with something, whether it's moving too fast in a relationship, needing time to herself, or setting certain standards, ignoring those boundaries will only make her feel unsafe and undervalued. And here's the psychological kicker. When a man repeatedly disrespects a woman's boundaries, it tells her he doesn't respect her as a person. Over time, this builds resentment and destroys any sense of trust. Real attraction isn't just about chemistry, it's about respect. A woman is naturally drawn to a man who understands and honors her limits without making her feel guilty or pressured. So if she says no to something, accept it without resistance. It will actually work in your favor because it shows strength, maturity, and self-control, qualities that separate men from boys. Now let's talk about something that's an instant attraction killer: being overly needy or clingy. Listen, there's nothing wrong with expressing emotions or wanting to spend time with someone you care about, but when it crosses into excessive dependence, it becomes a serious problem. Women are naturally attracted to men who have purpose, direction, and self-sufficiency. If you're constantly seeking validation, texting nonstop, or getting upset when she spends time with others, it signals insecurity. And insecurity is one of the biggest turnoffs. Think about it. How can she admire and respect a man who doesn't even believe in himself? A woman wants to be with someone who adds value to her life, not someone who needs constant reassurance to function. The key is balance. Show interest, but don't smother. Give affection, but don't demand attention. And most importantly, have a life outside of her. When a man is secure in himself, it naturally makes him more attractive because confidence and independence are magnetic. Another critical mistake men make is comparing her to other women. This one is more damaging than most guys realize because it creates unnecessary insecurity and resentment. Whether it's bringing up an ex, complimenting another woman in a way that makes her feel less valued, or constantly mentioning what other women do that she doesn't, it chips away at her confidence. Imagine if the roles were reversed. How would you feel if she constantly pointed out what other guys do better than you? Exactly. No one wants to feel like they're competing for love or approval. Women want to feel uniquely valued and appreciated for who they are, not measured against some unrealistic standard. And let's be real. If you're with her, it's because you chose her. So why make her feel like she's not enough? Instead of comparisons, focus on celebrating her individuality. Compliment the things that make her special, recognize her efforts, and appreciate her in ways that make her feel secure in the relationship. When a woman feels like she's irreplaceable in your eyes, she'll naturally reciprocate that energy. And finally, the one mistake that even great guys make, failing to lead. Now, before anyone gets it twisted, this isn't about dominance or control, but rather about direction, decisiveness, and emotional strength. Women are naturally drawn to men who take initiative. This doesn't mean you have to make all the decisions or be overly aggressive, but rather that you're confident in taking charge when needed. Whether it's planning a date, making a tough call in a relationship, or simply being emotionally grounded, leadership is attractive. One of the biggest frustrations women have is dealing with men who are indecisive, passive, or unsure of themselves. If you're constantly deferring decisions to her, waiting for her to take the lead, or struggling to assert yourself, she'll start seeing you as less of a partner and more of a burden. And here's the thing. Leadership isn't just about actions. It's about mindset. It's about being someone she can trust to handle challenges, someone who can guide the relationship with confidence, and someone who makes her feel secure just by being around. When a man embodies this, he automatically commands respect and attraction. So there you have it. Action Alert Family. 5 things men should never do with women if they want to build strong, lasting connections. Remember, it's not just about avoiding mistakes, but about actively becoming the kind of man who naturally earns respect, trust, and admiration. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more insights, and drop a comment below. What's one mistake you think men should avoid with women? Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay sharp, stay confident, and take action.